May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Sir, I was born and brought up in my native village. Most of my later schooling I did from Hisar district, and for my graduation I went to Tata Institute of Social Sciences. Sir, so my outlook is informed from a rural, urban as well as metropolitan perspective. I am essentially a student in that I have a thirst for knowledge and an orientation to apply it to my day-to-day life. Last year I got selected as HCS officer and then as IRS officer. Currently I am serving in IRS income tax.
So you are undergoing training, Bhavesh, or your training, you have completed your training?
Sir, I am on EOL in IRS.
You are on EOL, you didn't join. After joining you took
Yes,
EOL.
Sir.
Okay. Tell me, you are working in income tax. I will not ask you questions about your department which you have yet to join. But you see, transparency and corruption, two issues go hand in hand. As you, public perception is that Indian bureaucracy, besides many other maladies, corruption is one issue of concern for the people. So suppose if you are already there in the service, once you go to the working post, suppose you are posted as a district magistrate of a district in Haryana itself, what measures will you take for having a transparent system of administration?
So to solve a problem, first we need to understand the problem well. So if I am posted in Hisar, firstly I'll liaise with the outgoing DM. I'll liaise with the other people who are there, known to me, so to understand the problem. Thereafter I'll take the steps. I'll ensure that the people who are honest, who have integrity, they are promoted, and I'll liaise with them to ensure that my image as an officer of integrity is there. I'll ensure that the work culture is good. I'll deploy technology as and when needed to ensure that any area where there is discretion and which can be misused, that is curtailed. And sir, I'll also liaise with the government to make suitable policy based on my experiences, sir.
It is generally believed, Bhavesh, that in a government organization, 10% employees are very honest. Another 10% employees are extremely dishonest. And 80% are fence-sitters. How are you going to influence those 80% who ultimately, at least during your tenure, they come to your side?
Sir, so I'll take a two-pronged approach. One from the above to ensure that all the transgressors are suitably punished. I'll ensure that technology and public grievance redressal mechanisms are there so that complaints can be there and they will be suitably punished. From below, I'll ensure that the culture of department is such in which honesty is promoted. I'll ensure that the department itself understands that duty they have to the public. I will conduct seminars and workshops. I'll liaise with NGOs which are reputed in this regard.
Thank you very much, Bhavesh.
Bhavesh, if we apply your dialectics in election commission, the present condition of election commission, what is your reaction about that?
Exactly.
Election commission,
yes, sir.
The present condition regarding the members and how it is constituted and what is happening recently. Yeah, in that manner, in that context.
So the first thing is the thesis would be that election commission has to be an impartial body. It has to be the epitome of democratic impartiality. The problem with this is what we are seeing. First of all, there is discretion of the government that has been curtailed to some extent with the recent government bill. So that is a progressive step because earlier it was completely the discretion of the Prime Minister. Now there is another cabinet minister and leader of opposition. So that is one good aspect. Another aspect has to be taken forward because we are seeing that there has to be credibility of democratic institutions to ensure legitimacy and to ensure that popular trust is there. And election, which is a festival of democracy, should not be reduced in any manner. So the synthesis that arrives is the thesis was okay. And we have to move forward. The synthesis has to take into account going forward the people's concerns, the concerns of democracy, sir.
Okay. Don't you think that it will also infringe the right to freedom, right enjoyed by the citizens regarding their freedom?
Sir, it is arguable that there is a mismatch between the two. In such cases, the Supreme Court has given us the direction in Shrood Mat case of the essential, what are the essential practices of a religion.
Mhm.
So we can demarcate the red lines in each religion, that these are the things we won't encroach upon. That is, the rights under Article 25 to 28 are protected. But otherwise, as a modern society, as a secularizing society, as a rationalizing society, we have to move forward with the UCC. And as I said, so the red lines can be demarcated.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bhavesh.
Bhavesh, what is crony capitalism?
So crony capitalism is when the big MNCs and the big corporates, they have undue influence over the politicians, and they get their way in policy making.
So do you think they have undue influence while deciding the agenda of WTO discussion this year? And they force the governments to extend tax-free regime for e-commerce?
Sir, I think it can be read into it. I'm not privy to the conversations that happened there, sir. But one can safely assume that there must have been an element to it. But at the same time, we also have to consider the developed countries' concerns, and not only the crony capitalism, but even the developed countries want the extension of the moratorium. So I guess, sir, there is a confluence of both their interests.
What is the logic of extending moratorium? Why shouldn't companies like Amazon be taxed?
Sir, for India, the concerns are because they conduct so much of their business in India, so much of their profits are derived from us. So the government should be given a revenue, a part of their revenue. But since the moratorium is extended, that means India won't be getting it, and it goes into the developed countries' kitties, sir.
Okay. What do you understand by resource crunch?
Sir, resource crunch is when...
Not crunch, curse.
Sorry, sir, I have not heard that term.